Let's talk about Morbius. At this point, I know about Morbius. I've seen Morbius. You know about Morbius. You've seen Morbius. Hell, here's a number for you. 17 more billion tickets to Morbius have been sold. That brings in, if you couldn't do the math, over a fucking $1 trillion. How incredible is that? And that number, that's not according to me. That's not according to the guy that I stole this off of Twitter from. That is according to Letterboxd themselves. Okay? They have said that it made 17 more billion ticket sales. That is incredible. Famously, Letterboxd, they have all of the proper tools for gaining ticket numbers, etc. So now I'm sure you're all wondering, where's all this money coming from? Where's all this money going? And how did all the money get there? Well, I can tell you one of those things, and it's not the first two. So strap in. Let's look at Morbius's history. Morbius as an idea has existed for centuries, but this wonderful film was first thought of in 2018 when a true melding of a few minds that I don't remember the names of met in Atlanta, Georgia. And then they brought Jared Leto in. And then he threatened to bring the same intensity that he brought to the Suicide Squad with him. Famously, this intensity on the set of the Suicide Squad consisted of sending weird items to his co-actors. He sent a dead rat to Margot Robbie. He's constantly sent like used condoms and sticky Playboy magazines to people, which is a little bit weird. Morbius, as with all society's greatest successes, began with a little bit of failure. Their initial release date of July 10th, 2020 was decided to be a little bit unrealistic, so they pushed it back 3 weeks to July 31st, 2020. The movie didn't come out for 22 months after that. They then pushed it back to March 19th, 2021, after they saw the pandemic come in, because as they knew it would be a smash hit, they needed all those more billions of tickets to sell. So they waited, which is fair, that makes sense. Until they delayed it to October 8th, 2021, because they just weren't done yet. They hadn't had their fill yet. They had to keep going. And then they changed it to a more realistic January 21st, 2022. Now, obviously, this isn't quite when Morbius would release, but they got much closer. And then for no apparent reason, they lied and said they were only delaying it a week to January 28th, 2022, before pushing it back all the way to April 1st, 2022. Now, you may be wondering how on earth something gets delayed 6 times. And that might be the answer for at least 1 or 2 of those delays. Yes, you saw that right. Jared Leto delayed the filming of Morbius because his bathroom breaks were taking too long. Because he was walking around on crutches. They had to, make a deal with this guy to just make him use a wheelchair instead. He's never in a wheelchair in the movie, maybe once. And he's only on crutches for a third of it. So I don't understand why that's the part he had to method act. But, I mean, nothing. Jared Leto was not responsible for any of the delays to the movie. Jared Leto is not method acting with a gun in my room right now. Now, of course, all of these trials bring us to today, where Morbius has come out to great success. I've already talked about the 17 more billion tickets, the fucking $1 trillion. Let's talk about all the real winners. The Morbius Discord community got a private screening with Jared Leto. Unfortunately, news has broken out today that the Morbius Discord has fallen, rather unbelievably. Reviews were great, unbelievably high. In fact, they broke Rotten Tomatoes, so it's actually showing numbers over 100%, which before weren't possible, but now they probably will have to make possible. It's shattered all expectations, and hell, according to some, Martin Scorsese himself said that the movie was the peak of fiction, and that he would be retiring, and that he could not beat this level of cinema. Unfortunately, one of the main actors in the film, Tyrese Gibson, who plays one of the detectives that I'm sure you all know about because you all went and saw Morbius in theaters, he believed it. Not only did he believe it, he hook, line, and sinker, he posted an Instagram post about it saying how honored he was to be recognized by the king of film, Martin Scorsese. All of that leads us to the end of Morbius, the film. We're in the final post-credits scene. It's revealed that the Vulture from the Marvel Universe Spider-Man's has joined Morbius's universe, and that there's more Morbius coming. We'll see if they make real that threat. I don't see why they would. They've already got a fucking $1 trillion. I don't see what more they could need. It seems kind of selfish. But there very well could be more Morbius. And yeah, I think that's about it. What a great movie. If you somehow haven't seen it, please don't watch it. I was joking in this video. Please don't watch it. I have to say it quietly because Jared Leto's sitting over there in the corner with a gun. I told him it's not really method acting if you're actually threatening people with guns. The same way I told him that sending people like dead animals isn't really method acting. It's just kind of like fucked up. But he's not believing me, alright? He's not fucking believing me, alright? I'm sorry. Alright, don't go fucking watch the movie.